So I got two more questions, and if we could, and I want to just again thank you for your time today.
Oh my
This
God.
interview has been great. I know my audience really appreciates, and I appreciate it as well. I got two more questions for you, and if you don't mind, if we could take maybe a couple questions from the chat, and
Absolutely.
all right, we'll pull those up in a couple seconds. So, among all the various types of evidence that we've seen so far, we've heard about evidence, we've heard DNA evidence, video footage, the 51 terabytes of digital information, eyewitness accounts. Which piece of evidence do you believe is going to be the most compelling and influential during this trial?
The DNA. People want to downplay touch DNA, right? The differences between DNA. Did it come from a hair follicle? Did it come from blood? Did it come from semen? Did it come from saliva? No, this came from touch. So if you can imagine that sheath, and for those of you in your audience, or you perhaps that carry a knife, I carried a knife for years on the SWAT team. When you have a sheath, it has to be snug and it has to be tight. You can't risk either one, reaching down for your knife and it's not secure and you cutting yourself, or losing it as you're running or as you're tackling somebody that you're supposed to be arresting. You can't risk that, right? So I kind of wanted to reiterate how tight a K-bar nice sheath snap is. And I welcome any of your folks to go check it out. It's tight.
Yeah.
It's not like a little snap on your dress. So you can imagine the friction that would be come when you go to unsnap that, and then the cells on your fingers and the liquid in your fingers, right? That perspiration, that sweatiness, that all
Skin
came off.
follicles. Yeah, your
Yeah,
skin. Yeah, because we constantly
exactly.
shed. We constantly shed.
Yeah, and this isn't just shedding,
Yeah.
right? This isn't just I touched this
Right.
chair. This is friction
Right.
causing that, and I think
Right.
that's why, luckily, there was enough of it, and luckily it was there. And so I think they're going to be able to explain that. And for all the people who say, let's look at our choices, right? Okay, no, he touched somebody who then touched somebody who touched the sheet. They shook hands.
Right.
That's not going to fly, because where is that person's DNA?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, he did touch the sheath, but then he sold it, or somebody stole it. What evidence do we have of that? And then that person just happened to go kill these people?
Mm.
The person who stole the sheath, or the person he lent it to. It's just, there's Occam's razor is a philosophy that those of us in law enforcement trying to solve crime always use. And it comes down to this: the easiest and simplest solution is usually what happens.
Yep.
You don't have to extrapolate all these. It's really quite simple. And when you start trying to weave in really the unlikely next to the impossible, it just doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that DNA is going to stick. And I think that's going to be the huckleberry.
Mm. So I got one more question about the trial, and then maybe we can take some audience questions. So real quick, do you think, and I don't think so, do you think this trial is going to happen in October? And do you think that we see a change of venue?
It will not happen in October. Maybe October of 2025 or 2026. I don't look for this trial to happen for a very long time from now. There's 51 terabytes. This defense team is 4 lawyers strong. Right now, we already know of at least 3 experts that have been hired. They have to have time to write reports and to mull over evidence. There's just no way that this can happen earlier. Now, could he plead? It's a possibility. But the bottom line is, I think it's going to be a long time from now.